So what are your thoughts? Okay, because I have issues with the amount of involvement manufacturers are getting into when it comes to dealership marketing efforts. I mean, it's look, it's a wholesale and retail, relationship, but it seems like it's going way beyond that. I mean, I buy my vehicles wholesale from the manufacturer. I sell them to the consumer retail.
Yeah.
I'm the retailer in this, but it seems like just to be be able to purchase wholesale comes with just this insane amount of stipulations or what I should be doing with my ad dollars. What is your thoughts and opinions on that?
Yeah, I mean, we could certainly make a whole podcast just on that topic, I think. What I would say to start out with is I think from the OEM perspective, I I think it's the case that the majority of dealers are not putting time and energy into this is our strategy, this is how we want it, this is our email plan, this is our SEM plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's these OEM programs benefit a lot of smaller operators who really do just want or have the time for okay, I've got an SEM program, I've got a budget, make it work, do whatever the manufacturer says, right? So I do think that we like to make fun of that, but that's a very real benefit to a lot of dealers.
But we say that, but have you ever seen the stats on that?
Um,
Because I've asked for it and I've never seen it.
We live in a snow globe, though, right? You and I are in the digital marketing business, so the people we're interacting with are the ones that are upset. But there's 15,000 franchise dealers in this country, right?
Yeah.
How many of them do you know by name? I mean, I've been in this industry for a while, and so I think a lot of times we get this echo chamber of our experience with a fairly small amount of people. So I'll start with that caveat. With that said, I think painting everyone with the same brush is the biggest problem. With these OEM programs, there ought to be a process where you could say, look, I get what you're trying to accomplish here, but I'm this dealer group and this is my strategy. This is how I do SEM. This is how I do branding. This is how I do email, and convince them to leave you the hell alone, right? There should be a way to opt out of the silliness so that if you can demonstrate, I'm not going to damage your brand, OEM. I'm not going to compete with the guy that you have franchised down, all these things that they're legitimately worried about, right?
Sure.
If you can demonstrate a plan to not do that, there should be an opt-out where if I want to use my own homegrown website that I built, I should be able to do that and get the same co-op benefits as long as I can demonstrate to them that their legotimate business interests are being protected. I think that's the thing.
It's a certified program, which is I got no look. I have absolutely no problem with manufacturers coming out and saying, hey, look, we need at least have a baseline. All right, so it's like if you are going to do something on your own, we need you at least to be right here. But like some of these efforts get to the point where they're just straight up dictation. It's like you don't have an option. There isn't another opportunity for you to do. If you want to get those almighty co-op dollars, all right, that you are literally handcuffed to what you're able to say, who you're able to work with. Like I personally, I get a little ticked off. I think it's out of control. But I can say this though because I've been on both sides of the table.
Yeah,
I've been the dealer principal. I've been the marketing person. I've been the vendor. I've been the client. So it's like
yeah. I mean, I agree with you that I think it's if I had to pick, is it out of control or not out of control? If I had to give you a binary answer, I'd say it's out of control. And I do think that, I mean, co-op is an interesting one, right? I think I didn't realize until I started Wisely that the extent to which co-op is driving meaningful marketing decisions. And I'll give you an example. I had a client who was doing social advertising and they were doing well. They were generating leads. They were cheaper than their SEM leads. They were doing content. They were launching it was a good, solid,
good strategy
marketing program. And I said, why aren't you spending more money on this? your budgets for SEM are up here. You're spending a fraction of that on social. All the metrics are better on the socials. What's going on? Well, we don't the co-op doesn't reimburse us for the social stuff. Well, why not? Well, because we do it internally. Well, can't you fill out the reporting? Well, yeah, but who has time to keep up with that? And we have to spend 3 days a month just making the reporting, and we don't have time for that stuff. So I realized that it's not just a bureaucratic pain in the neck. It's actually keeping people from making decisions that they would otherwise make. And so, we built this product recently. I call it Co-op Accelerator. That automates all of that reporting for people, just because I wanted to remove that objection. So, if agencies use it, or dealer groups, people that have better things to do with their time than spend 3 days generating co-op reporting, we've automated and that's sort of one of the things I mean by actionable analytics, right? I mean,
Yes.
you can pull data till you're blue in the face, but actually using it to solve a meaningful business problem of co-op reporting, I feel pretty good about that. But I didn't realize until starting down this path how much that was affecting people's actual spend decisions.